Boo! Coming up on today's spectacular episode,
the adoption of a new rescue plan in Harrisonburg.
then a rally in the valley.
Plus, what's going on in the student section? Not much.
Disc away, catching up with JMU's Club Frisbee team.
All this and more on today's scary episode of Breeze TV.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
Get out the Miss Swamp! No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to Breeze TV. I'm Joshua Dixon.
And I'm Zoe Mallory. The Harrisonburg City Council elected a new city manager. Andy Banks, a Harrisonburg native, has served as interim city manager since January 1st. He was previously the director of special projects and grant management for the city. These experiences elevated him to his current office.
I seek to continue to provide the best counsel to our elected officials, providing them the best data and analysis and information so that as they deliberate the large community-wide policy issues that come before them, they have the best information and best tools to make the best decisions they can.
Banks is passionate about helping employees and leaders understand diversity, equity, inclusion, and helping everyone feel like they are included in every aspect of local government.
Harrisonburg City Council voted to adopt 5 priorities of the American Rescue Plan Act. The city received $23.8 million in funding from the ACT. Mayor Dina Reed said that the council listened to the community and came up with 2 major issues.
I think the biggest project that we can start would be creating some type of fund for our child care providers. And then slightly underneath that would be upgrades in the Northeast community.
The council promises to ensure progress of all projects so they can improve the quality of life and infrastructure for all the members of the Harrisonburg community.
$5 million is the largest cash donation in JMU's history. Donors Paul Holland and wife Linda Yates capped off JMU's Unleash campaign with the gift. The mission is to provide opportunities for students with the tagline, endowing the entrance to JMU and the passport to the world. The pair are big believers in, quote, partnering wisely and deeply, end quote, not only in their professional lives, but with each other.
There's a reason why it's Holland Yates Hall. It's not because, I'm personally writing a check or she's personally writing a check. It comes from our family and our endeavors together as a couple.
Holland said that he and his wife are excited to share the donation with JMU. 100% of the donation will go to study abroad and admission scholarships, as well as the entrepreneurship minor for liberal arts majors.
JMU has recently partnered with TRIO, a federally funded program that seeks to support underprivileged students seeking higher education. The university is looking to support the local community and its roots to the public schools.
4 schools that we're partnering with, Harrisonburg High School, Spotswood High School, Skyline Middle School, as well as Thomas Harrison Middle School. And within the next few years, we should see those outcomes that you're referencing.
Those outcomes that Molina refers to are increased graduation rates and higher grades amongst Rockingham and Harrisonburg High School students, an outcome welcomed by any community.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women, and according to breastcancer.org, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Through multiple fundraising events, JMU Zeta has dedicated the month to giving back to those impacted.
Everybody in some way, whether they know a friend or family member or a friend's family member that's been affected by it. So it's nice that we're able to do these events and that people actually come out to participate.
Zeta's initial goal was $15,000, but with continuous support, they have raised over $25,500 towards breast cancer education and awareness.
Coming up on Breeze TV.
Our first stop on the campaign trail.
And things got hot on the debate stage.
Plus, another name ticked off the ballot.
Stay tuned for all this and more.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuit. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Breakfast so good, we serve it all day. get the best chicken biscuit. The one, the only Cajun Filet Biscuit. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun Filet Biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time. The one, the only Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit is so good, we serve it all day. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun Filet Biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Tailgating is a song heard across campuses, parking lots, and open fields. They say this song can be heard elsewhere, and perhaps this is true, but it is nowhere near as bright, nowhere near as loud, nowhere near as triumphant as it is right here. Tailgating may not have been born here, but here is where tailgaters are born.
Head to Bojangles for a Chicken Supremes combo with your choice of fixin', a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, and a drink. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate mountain.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
And Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas.
And your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
This is Breeze TV.
Good afternoon, JMU. I'm Regine Aranazari, and this is Breeze TV Politics. 6th District House Representative Ben Cline hit the campaign trail this past Wednesday alongside Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin as an effort to bring out voters before Election Day. Our politics team traveled to Roanoke for first-hand coverage of the event.
Roanoke, Virginia, at the Brambleton Center, where 6th District House Representative Ben Cline will be joined by Governor Glenn Youngkin to hit the campaign trail. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to the stage, Congressman Ben Cline.
Education became a deciding issue in last year's gubernatorial election. Still, the question of parents' role in education remains a looming concern.
Instead of educating their children, they were indoctrinating their children. The parents said no, and they rose up and took their rights back.
In light of recent events in the Valley, voters expressed concern about crime in the region.
Public safety is a huge issue, especially here in Roanoke City. We're dealing with a massive police shortage, and that in effect is affecting crime and drugs, which are two sides of the same coin.
High inflation, runaway crime, poor performance in schools, and a wide open border that's causing a national security crisis.
As political polarization drives Americans apart, Cline intends to bridge the gap.
I don't agree with everybody on everything. I don't agree with my wife on everything. But we listen and we try and represent the district as best as I can. We have faith that on November 8th, we are going to win a majority in the House and Senate and set this nation on the right path once again.
As you can tell, it's been an incredible event here at the Brambleton Center where 6th District voters have expressed their support for their candidates. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Regine Aranazari.
Republican Ben Cline is faced off against Democrat Jennifer Lewis, who previously ran against Cline in 2018, but was only able to win 40% of the vote. As candidates for the 6th Congressional District campaign elsewhere, SJ held their annual Dukes debate. College of Republicans member Evan George represented incumbent Ben Cline, while College Democrats member Noah Burackert represented Democrat Jennifer Lewis. The two faced off on important issues such as parents' rights, student debt relief, and abortion.
Abortion is murder. Ben has and will continue to support keeping families together. If you're a man or woman enough to do the deed, be man or woman enough to take the consequences.
I believe that every woman has the right to an abortion and the right to control her own body.
Although the candidates disagreed on some issues, both candidates were able to agree on the crisis for affordable housing and adequate safety in the region. City Council also faced off this week at Court Square Theater, one of the last planned public events before local elections on November 8th. For their last remarks, candidates made their case as to why they are fit to serve on City Council and how they can help uplift the community as a whole. Now, another installment of People in Politics. Today we highlight Marshall Orenick, a Harrisonburg local running as an independent for Harrisonburg City Council. Orenick is a newcomer to politics, but expressed how his experience will prepare him for the position. And now for our Madison Market update. U.S. stocks were on the rise today despite Amazon stock falling 17% yesterday after the bell, erasing $190 billion of its market value and leaving current quarter sales below expected estimates. The Dow and Nasdaq were up about 1.4% today, while the S&P gained 2%. Mortgage rates soared past 7% on Thursday, the highest level since 2002. The Fed's aggressive interest rate hikes to combat inflation have weighed heavily on the housing market. That's all for politics this week. Joshua and Zoe, back to you.
It's time for the third quarter.
A hot new rival in the Sun Belt.
Plus, getting to the bottom of the student section.
Then another loss in the books for JMU football.
Don't leave after half this time. We've got more coming up.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuit. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Breakfast so good, we serve it all day. Get the best chicken biscuit, the one, the only Cajun filet biscuit. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun filet biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time. The one, the only Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit is so good, we serve it all day. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun filet biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Tailgating is a song heard across campuses, parking lots, and open fields. They say this song can be heard elsewhere, and perhaps this is true, but it is nowhere near as bright, nowhere near as loud, nowhere near as triumphant as it is right here. Tailgating may not have been born here, but here is where tailgaters are born.
Head to Bojangles for a Chicken Supremes combo with your choice of fixin', a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit, and a drink. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
This is Breeze TV.
JMU and ODU Athletics formalized the Town Bank Royal Rivalry Challenge. The competition lasts a school year, with the university that scores the most points coming away with the trophy. JMU Athletic Director Jeff Bourne had this to say on the cross-state rival. Quote, "Competitions against Old Dominion have been a key part of our history, and we're excited that they will be an important component of our future." Fans and spectators of JMU football took to social media following last week's game, many upset about a long-standing issue that's taken place at home football games. We took a deeper look into the JMU student section. It wasn't the final score that warranted all the backlash following JMU's loss, but rather the lack of support from the JMU student section.
But it's just disappointing, seeing fans not appreciate the amount of hard work that they put in each week, week in, week out.
Come most halftimes, the majority of students are on their way out of the stadium. However, this shouldn't overshadow record-breaking attendances.
Through 4 games of this football season is by far the most students who've ever attended a JMU football game.
The question isn't how to get students at games, but rather how to keep them there.
Because most of my friends had already left.
I normally would leave at halftime because it's a blowout.
A lot of other people were leaving and we were hungry.
Weekend, it was just so crowded. There was like nowhere to go.
Just tired, hungry.
And those who never come have their reasons too.
Busy with other things. Saturdays are my days for homework.
We just didn't get tickets in time. It just sold out too fast.
I'd rather be with my friends.
Either way, JMU Athletics recognizes the problem.
Our fan engagement staff will take the lead on that, and trust me, it'll be a topic heading into the off season. We'll spend a lot of time on.
But it's nothing new to JMU Nation.
It's not like we woke up this morning and said, how do we fix this? This has been many years that we've experienced this.
A positive takeaway, the uproar as a whole shows a passionate fan base that cares about their team.
They're the 12th man. The crowd's the 12th man, and we need them from the beginning to end.
This is Joshua Dixon reporting for Breeze TV. While a lot of spotlight has been placed on the current team on the field or what's happening in the stands, the program has more to offer from the people within. Let's take a look at what unites those who wear the purple and gold on the gridiron. All of JMU football, past and present.
Resilient, every single day working hard, working to, get better.
The program has always been known for its play on the field, but the brotherhood off the field is just as strong.
And this brotherhood is a strong thing. It means a lot.
Even after graduation, the bond from once being a part of this team remains.
It's a little different now, but it's awesome, to see the support, around here.
And it's the same connection that has the players coming back to their alma mater.
So much history here. I'm at JMU, and to hear it all play back and really reminisce with everybody, it's a great feeling.
It was good playing catch up and just listening to how everybody's, story is unfolding.
When you're not stressing about everything, to be out here and enjoying it and having fun with all the people that, are around the program and supporting it. So
those within the organization welcome back those that are gone.
Them and all the ones that played for Mickey and Everett and Mike, they're all welcome back anytime.
Past, present, or future, it's a brotherhood that can't be broken.
This is a lifelong thing, to be completely honest. I would never forget these guys. They played the biggest impact in my life, not career, life.
I'm Joshua Dixon with the help of Madison Haritzik, reporting for Breeze TV. The Marshall Herd defeated JMU 26-12 this past weekend. Here's a recap of how JMU suffered their second straight homecoming loss in 2 years. A homecoming matchup that was spoiled by a conference rival.
I give Marshall a lot of credit for coming in here and doing the things they had to do to be successful and coming away with the win.
With starting quarterback Todd Centeo and starting tackle Nick Kidwell out for the game.
Our injuries are starting to mount up, and it's affecting us in some areas.
Redshirt freshman quarterback Billy Atkins was at the helm on offense for the Dukes. The team went 0 for 17 on third downs and ultimately could only score a total of 12 points.
If we would have supported him a little bit more with a better run game and better protection, and if our receivers would have separated better against man coverage, Billy would have had a better day.
The defense, on the other hand, kept the team in it. Multiple interceptions and even a fumble recovery allowed JMU to stay within one score until late in the fourth quarter.
We had a different type of mindset this week. Unfortunately, we didn't get a team W.
Yet, even after such a loss, the message remains optimistic.
We got to go back and we got to hit the field. We got to work hard in practice, work hard in the film room, and just focus on getting better.
And those who did stay for the homecoming game were able to get something positive out of it. I'm Joshua Dixon, reporting from the field for Breeze TV. The end is creeping up.
I need a hero in women's soccer as they enter the Sun Belt Tournament.
Time to lace them up as basketball season is jumping out of nowhere.
And let's discuss Ultimate Frisbee.
Don't miss out on this spooky finale.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuit. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Breakfast so good, we serve it all day. get the best chicken biscuit. The one, the only Cajun Filet Biscuit. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun Filet Biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time. The one, the only Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun Spice Chicken Breast Filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit is so good, we serve it all day. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun Filet Biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Breeze TV.
JMU women's soccer closed out their regular season last night against Troy at Centera Park. It was a fast start for the Dukes as Ananasi scored in the 17th minute, and JMU didn't look back from there. They would add 4 more goals and keep their 11th clean sheet of the season. This is the most goals JMU has scored since 2017.
Now that the team has ended its regular season, they're on to Alabama for the Sun Belt Championship Tournament. JMU finished with a 10-3-5 record overall and a 6-1-3 record in Sun Belt play. This is the team's second consecutive season with at least 6 wins in conference play, which hasn't been done since 2014. Coach Walters discussed the ultimate goal for the team and how he feels about the season heading into the tournament.
Our ultimate goal is to make the NCAA tournament, so that would be their biggest dream in this, is to get to that. But it has been fairly successful. We've had the ball in most of the games and dictated the game that we want to play, and we've grown a ton, you know. And hopefully all of that equals being positive and on the front foot, you know, playing in Alabama.
JMU enters the tournament as a 4th seed and will take on 5th-seeded Texas State in the quarterfinals. Since they received a round of 16 bye, the Dukes will open play Wednesday. Now for World of More Sports, let's go over to our reporter Colby Reese with updates on the basketball world. Colby?
Thanks, Josh. I'm now joined by Craig Mathias, sports writer for The Breeze, to take a dive into JMU men's and women's basketball schedules for the upcoming season. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Colby.
Let's start with the men. They have some really big matchups against UNC, who are currently ranked #1 in the country, and UVA, who they historically beat last season. What do you expect from the team in these matchups, and how will that help them throughout the entire season?
So yeah, one of their first matchups, they got to go down to the Dean Dome on November 20th, play preseason #1 UNC, and it's probably their toughest game in recent memory. So, you know, just may not come out with the win, but to take, you know, any moral victory from there. And then going against UVA, they're obviously remembering how we stormed the court on them last year, and they're not going to overlook us again, especially playing in their home. And that's going to be another tough battle, but if they can compete with those two teams, then they'll be ready for whatever the Sun Belt throws at them.
And on to the women. What do you see in their schedule this season?
They also play UNC. They host UNC on the same day as the men travel to UNC on November 20th. And then shortly after that, they have a rematch from last year with Liberty, who they took to overtime last year and lost in a close one. So they'll definitely have that one circled on their calendar. And yeah, those two games, just like the men, they're going to prepare them for whatever the Sun Belt will have.
And as you mentioned, both teams are moving into the Sun Belt. What can we expect from the competition that the Sun Belt brings?
Well, for the men, Mark Byington coached with Georgia Southern for 7 years, so he knows the Sun Belt very well. He'll be ready, and he'll get his guys ready for whatever they'll have. And Alonzo Sule transferred to JMU from Texas State, so he knows some of the Sun Belt teams well, and they'll be ready for whatever the Sun Belt has. Like I said a couple more times, looking at the women, they got ranked 6th in the preseason poll, so they have some doubters that they're going to have to prove wrong, but the likes of Kiki Jefferson and Peyton McDaniel will be ready to prove them wrong.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Craig. Both teams are set to tip off their seasons on November 7th with a doubleheader at the Atlantic Union Bank Center. That's all from me. Back to you, Zoe and Joshua.
Excited to see what those two teams do this year. Our reporter Eric Schellhaus is headed out to explore JMU's Club Ultimate Frisbee team this week.
Just outside Jennings Hall, one of JMU's most popular club sports, Ultimate Frisbee, has their season in full swing. However, just because tryouts have passed doesn't mean fellow Dukes can't join in on the fun.
It's not reserved for people that come into college having Ultimate experience or people that have been on the team before. Anyone can come out, anyone can get better. Great to see new faces all the time. Anyone can join mid-season, mid-year. Tryouts are not limited to the only point you can join.
Serving in his second year as the club's president, King said one of the biggest achievements he's seen this year is the group's ability to overcome hardship.
We went down in a game to a rival team from Delaware, scored 5 points in a row, and came back and won that game big.
An argument can also be made that the time the team spends together off the field has contributed to their ability to rally back from behind.
When we're on the road during tournaments, when we're in the hotel rooms, all the random stuff that goes down into hotel rooms, hanging out with everyone is an absolute blast.
And of course, what club would be complete without some study groups together?
We're the same major, so they definitely help me in school, study. He helps me with homework, projects, whatever. That's kind of the thing. We're always here to help each other out, whether it's Frisbee or not.
On and off the field, memories and friends are being made for life.
I love it with all my heart. I can't trade it for anything else.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Eric Shellhouse.
Interesting stuff, Eric. Well, after some technical difficulties early in the show, we're going to now highlight Marshall O'Rennick, a Harrisonburg local running as an independent for Harrisonburg City Council. O'Rennick is a newcomer to politics, but expressed how his experience will prepare him for the position.
Motivated by his middle-class status, Marshall O'Rennick is running for Harrisonburg City Council as an independent. With 3 children in Harrisonburg Public Schools, education is a top priority.
The whole budget has gone up 27% in the last 5 years, yet our SOL scores continue to decrease. If we're spending more on instruction, I would think that the way we're measured would go up as well.
With a demand for mental health resources on the rise, O'Rennick plans to make these services more accessible.
One of the things that I want to accomplish in general on City Council is to bring more businesses, more professionals to the city. So finding a way to make some of the mental health care professionals that are maybe in the county or neighboring counties, want to practice here.
Though endorsed by the JMU College of Republicans, O'Rennick does not affiliate with the party.
When you run as an independent, everybody assumes you're a Republican and too afraid to say it. But I have my values, physical conservative, and I chose to run as an independent because I don't want to be tied to one party.
He hopes his status as an independent will bring change to City Hall for people who are
tired of the same old, same old. They want somebody different to make it a lot less expensive to live in the city.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Kayla Brown.
Interesting stuff there. I mean, that city council race is really heating up.
I'm looking forward to seeing some more school board races too next week at a forum that we're hosting at Memorial Hall too.
I think we've done a good job so far covering all that stuff, making sure every candidate gets their platform out, but yeah.
It's interesting to learn a lot more about local elections, especially when not too many people know too much about them.
For sure.
Well, anyways, Josh, so we're at the end. So what are you planning on doing this Halloween weekend?
Probably go back to my swamp, take a little mud bath maybe, bite some onions, hang out with my friend Donkey. What about you?
Well, I will be emceeing JMU Rocky Horror this weekend, so you should come out to Grafton. It's going to be a fun show.
I'll be there Sunday. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
JMU students, make sure to stay safe this weekend. Sometimes it can get a little crazy, Use JMU Safe Rides or whatever you need. Yeah.
Well, take care of yourselves, Dukes, and remember, same time, same place next week.